Imagine waking up to find out your own parents sold the family home, gave hundreds of thousands to your sibling, and then suddenly showed up at your door like your house was theirs. That's exactly what happened to me, and my reaction stunned them completely. March 17th, 2025, 9:23 a.m. I was sitting in my home office in Portland, Oregon, responding to emails when my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. My husband, Marcus, was at work. Our two kids, Riley, 6, and Harper, 4, were at school and preschool. I walked to the front door and looked through the peephole. My parents were standing on my porch. Both of them, Diane and Gerald Fletcher. They were 68 and 70, retired, supposedly living in their house in Lake Oswego that they'd owned for 32 years. They had suitcases, 4 large suitcases, the kind you take on a month-long trip. My mother was holding a potted plant. I opened the door. "Mom, Dad, what are you doing here?" My mother smiled, that bright, fake smile she used when she wanted something. "Surprise! We're moving in!" I blinked. "What?" "We sold the house," my father said, rolling one of the suitcases into my entryway without being invited. "We closed on Tuesday. We're staying with you now." "You're staying with me?" "Well, obviously," my mother said, walking past me with the plant. "Where else would we go? This is family." I stood in the doorway. My father was already hauling the second suitcase inside. My mother was looking around my living room like she was mentally rearranging the furniture. "Hold on," I said. "You sold your house?" "Yes," my father said. "Got $850,000 for it. Great market right now. And you're moving in here. Did it occur to you to ask me first?" My mother set the plant on my coffee table. "Ask you? Harper, you're our daughter. Of course we're staying with you." "I have a name." My name was Harper. My daughter was also Harper. We called her Harper June to avoid confusion, but my mother refused to use it. "Don't be difficult," my mother said. "We'll take the guest room. It's only temporary until we find a retirement community." "How temporary?" She waved her hand vaguely. "A few months, maybe 6. 6 months. My parents, in my house, for 6 months. "No," I said. They both looked at me. "What?" my father said. "No, you can't stay here." My mother laughed. "Don't be silly. We're already here." "You didn't ask me. You can't just show up and move in." "We're your parents," my father said. "You don't turn away family." "You sold your house without telling me. You showed up at my door with suitcases. You didn't call. You didn't ask. You just assumed." "Because we knew you'd say yes," my mother said. "I'm saying no." Her smile disappeared. "Harper, we need a place to stay." "Then stay at a hotel." "We can't afford a hotel for 6 months." "You just sold a house for $850,000. My parents looked at each other. "We don't have the money," my father said. "Where is it?" "We gave it to your brother." Let me explain about my brother. Damon Fletcher was 43, 2 years older than me. He lived in Seattle with his wife, Chelsea, and their 3 kids. Damon had always been the golden child. When we were kids, Damon played football. My parents went to every game. I ran track. They came to 1 meet in 4 years. When Damon graduated high school, my parents threw him a party, rented a hall, invited 100 people, spent $3,000. When I graduated, we went to dinner at Applebee's. When Damon went to college, my parents paid for everything: tuition, room and board, spending money. He went to University of Washington. Cost? $120,000 over 4 years. When I went to college, they said they couldn't afford it. I took out student loans, worked 3 jobs, graduated with $87,000 in debt. Took me 12 years to pay off. When Damon got married, my parents paid for the wedding. Country club venue, 300 guests, open bar, live band, $45,000. When I got married, they gave me $500 and said they were tight on money. When Damon bought his first house, they gave him $50,000 for the down payment. When I bought my house, they didn't offer anything. I scraped together the down payment by myself. It took me 3 years. I'd stopped expecting anything from them by the time I was 25. So when my father said they'd given the house money to Damon, I wasn't surprised. I was just done. You gave Damon $850,000? I said. Not all of it, my mother said quickly. We kept some, for expenses. How much did you keep? $200,000. So you gave him $650,000. He needed it, my father said. He's starting a business, a tech startup. He needed capital. Damon has been starting a business for 20 years. None of them have worked. This one is different, my mother said. He has investors, a business plan. It's going to be huge. And what about me? They looked at me blankly. What about me? I repeated. You gave him $650,000. What do I get? You get us, my mother said, like it was obvious. We're staying with you. That's worth something. I stared at her. You think letting me live in my house rent-free for 6 months is equivalent to $650,000? We're family, my father said. Family takes care of each other. Damon got $650,000. I get house guests. You have a big house. 4 bedrooms. You have space. Damon lives in a 2-bedroom condo in Queen Anne that costs $4,200 a month. He could afford a bigger place if he got a job. He has a job. He's an entrepreneur. He's unemployed. Harper, don't be cruel, my mother said. I'm not being cruel. I'm being realistic. You gave him $650,000 and now you expect me to house you for free? We're not asking for much, my father said. Just a room. We won't be in your way. You're already in my way. You're standing in my living room with your suitcases. So we can stay? My mother asked, smiling again. No. Her smile vanished. What? No. You can't stay here. Harper, be reasonable. I am being reasonable. You made a financial decision without consulting me. You gave away your house money. You have $200,000 left. That's enough to rent an apartment or stay in a hotel while you look for a retirement community. But you're not staying here. We're your parents, my father said, his voice rising. And you're adults who made a choice. Now you deal with the consequences. My mother sat down on my couch. I'm not leaving. Yes, you are. No, we're staying. You can't throw us out. We're family. I pulled out my phone. What are you doing? My father asked. Calling Marcus. Why? Because you're not listening to me. I called my husband. He answered on the second ring. Hey babe, what's up? My parents are here. They sold their house, gave the money to Damon, and showed up with suitcases. They want to move in for 6 months. Silence. Marcus? I'm coming home. He hung up. Marcus arrived 23 minutes later. He walked in, looked at my parents sitting on the couch, looked at the suitcases in the entryway, looked at me. They want to stay here, I said. He turned to my parents. For how long? 6 months, maybe less. We're looking for a retirement community. And you didn't think to ask first? We're family, my father said. Family doesn't need to ask. Marcus was 6'3", former college basketball player, with a voice that could fill a room. When he spoke, people listened. You're not staying here, he said. Excuse me? My mother said. You heard me. You're not staying in our house. You didn't ask, you didn't call, you just showed up and expected us to accommodate you. That's not how this works. This is our daughter's house. This is our house. Mine and Harper's. We both own it, we both pay the mortgage, and we're both saying no. You can't kick us out, my father said. I'm not kicking you out. You were never in. You're leaving. Now. My mother stood up. Harper, tell your husband to stop being rude. He's not being rude. He's being clear. You're not staying here. We have nowhere to go. You have $200,000. Go to a hotel. We need that money. For what? You just sold your house. You don't have a mortgage. You're retired. What do you need $200,000 for? My parents looked at each other. We're giving it to Damon, my mother said quietly. The room went silent. You're giving him more money? I said. He needs it for the business. So you're giving him $850,000 total? It's an investment. When the business takes off, we'll get it back. Damon's businesses never take off. They fail, every single one. You're throwing money away. He's your brother, and I'm your daughter. But you've never invested in me. You've never helped me. You made me take out student loans while you paid for his college. You gave him a wedding while I got $500. You gave him a down payment while I scraped by. And now you're giving him almost $1 million and expecting me to give you a place to live for free? My mother's face went red. We did the best we could. No, you didn't. You did the best you could for Damon. I was an afterthought. That's not true. When's my birthday, Mom? She blinked. What? When is my birthday? What day? She opened her mouth, closed it. You don't know, I said. Of course I know. It's June. It's April. April 23rd. I'm 41 years old, and you don't know when my birthday is. My father cleared his throat. Harper, that's not fair. When's Damon's birthday? August 15th. My mother said immediately. Exactly. Marcus started picking up their suitcases. I'm putting these in your car. You can't, my father started. Yes, I can. This is our house. You're trespassing. If you don't leave voluntarily, I'll call the police. You wouldn't, my mother said. Marcus pulled out his phone. Try me. They looked at me. Harper, please, my mother said. We're your parents. Then act like it. Act like you care about me as much as you care about Damon. Act like I matter. You do matter. No, I don't. Not to you. I'm the backup plan, the safety net, the one you call when you need something, but never when you just want to talk. The one you forget about until you need a place to stay. We love you. You love the idea of me, the daughter who's supposed to take care of you because that's what daughters do. But you never took care of me, not really. You gave everything to Damon and expected me to be fine with scraps. My mother was crying now. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Yes, you did. You've always known. You just didn't care. Marcus loaded their suitcases into their Lexus SUV, the one they'd bought last year for $62,000. They stood on my driveway. My mother was still crying. My father looked angry. Where are we supposed to go? My father asked. There's a Marriott 2 miles from here, Marcus said. I checked. They have rooms available, $189 a night. We can't afford that for 6 months. Then find an apartment, or go stay with Damon. You gave him $850,000. I'm sure he'll put you up. My parents got in their car. My mother rolled down the window. You're going to regret this. No, I said. I'm not. They drove away. That night, my phone exploded. Damon called at 6:47 p.m. I didn't answer. He called again at 7:12 p.m. I didn't answer. He texted at 7:34 p.m. What the hell is wrong with you? Mom and Dad needed help and you kicked them out. I responded. They showed up without asking. They expected to move in for 6 months. I said, no. They're our parents. You don't say no to family. They gave you $850,000. They expected me to house them for free. That's not fair. Life isn't fair. Grow up. Tell them to stay with you. We don't have room. You have a 2-bedroom condo and $850,000. Figure it out. He called me 16 more times. I blocked his number. My mother called the next morning. Harper, I'm sorry. About everything. About how we treated you, about Damon, about showing up unannounced. Can we please talk? What do you want to talk about? We're at the Marriott. We've been here for 2 nights. It's costing us $400 a day. We can't afford this. You have $200,000. We need that for Damon. Then stay with Damon. He doesn't have room. He has $850,000. He can afford a bigger place or a hotel for you. Ask him. Harper, please. No, Mom, you made a choice. You chose Damon over me. Again. Now you deal with it. I hung up. 3 days later, my father called. We found an apartment, short-term rental, 6 months, $2,100 a month. Good. We had to dip into the money we were going to give Damon. That's fine. He already got $650,000. He's not happy about it. I don't care. Silence. You're not going to apologize? For what? Setting a boundary? No, I'm not. You're our parents. And I'm your daughter, but you've never treated me like I matter. So no, I'm not apologizing for refusing to let you take advantage of me. He hung up. June 2025. Damon's business failed. It took 3 months. The investors pulled out. The product didn't work. He'd blown through $480,000. He called my parents and asked for more money. They didn't have it. They'd spent $12,600 on the Marriott. They were paying $2,100 a month for their apartment. They were running out of money. They called me. Harper, we need help. With what? Money, we're running low. Can you lend us? No. Please, just $10,000? No. You gave away $850,000. You have to live with that decision. But we'll lose the apartment. Then move somewhere cheaper. Or ask Damon. He's the one you invested in. He doesn't have money. That's not my problem. I hung up. August 2025. My parents moved into a 1-bedroom apartment in Gresham. Rent $1,350 a month. They sold their Lexus, bought a used Honda Accord for $8,000. They called me on my birthday, April 23rd. They'd looked it up. Harper, we're sorry for everything. We should have treated you better. We should have helped you like we helped Damon. We were wrong. I know. Can we see you? Can we meet the kids? I thought about it. Not yet, I said. Maybe someday, but not yet. It's November now. My parents are still in Gresham. They're living on Social Security. They're careful with money now. They have to be. Damon is working at a tech company in Seattle, junior developer, $75,000 a year. He's paying off debt from his failed business. My parents and I talk once a month. Awkward calls where they ask about the kids and I give them 1-sentence answers. They want forgiveness. They want a relationship. I'm not ready. Maybe I will be someday. Maybe not. People ask me if I feel guilty about turning them away. I don't. Because they taught me something important. You can't set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. They gave away their security to my brother and expected me to catch them. But I didn't. I let them fall. And I'd do it again. Imagine waking up to find out your own parents sold the family home, gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to your sibling, and then suddenly showed up at your door like your house was theirs. That's exactly what happened to me. And my reaction stunned them completely. I said no. And I meant it.